So I've finished making the mould for the open fishing boat, Cuda. This is how it's turned out. Got all the channels dug in for the frames, all ready to go. And if you don't know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill all these channels with a paper mache paste and put a skin of the paste over the top, let that set, and then pop the mould out, and I'll have a hull with ribs through it for stability, and I'll be able to knock out like a dozen of those at a time. So now it's on to the next one. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the mould for this about a 1940s speedboat. So I'll show you how I do that. And here's the outline that I'll use to transfer onto the foam. So I've cut out the basic shape. Now what I need to do is flip it over and get a centre line for the keel. And that's pretty easy to do. Just get a straight edge. I'm pretty good at judging centres. You can measure if you want to. And we just run a line down it. This is just a rough guide. And what I'll also do is I'll run some masking tape down it, and that'll give me a standard width of the keel. There we go. And now what I have to do is start roughly shaping the hull. And I'm kind of thinking it really makes a mess when you cut it or saw it. You get a lot of mess. But I'm thinking if I alter the wire on the wire cutter, I might actually be able to almost scoop the foam off. I've never tried this technique before, but I'm prepared to give it a try. Anything to save having to sweep up all the time. So I took the channeling piece of wire out and I made a new one this shape, and I had to have a bit of a test first, and the results were really good. How's that? So I think this will work and be a lot neater as I do it. So we'll keep going. So the hot wire trick is working really well for taking away the bulk of the foam without making a big mess. I would much prefer to be throwing this in the bin than having to sweep up all that dust. So I'll keep on taking away the bulk, but then I'll have to sand and smooth it up. But it's a terrific way to get rid of a lot of bulk without making a real dusty mess. Well, there it is, very roughly shaped, but the most important thing to know using this technique is you can't go too far. You can take away, but it's very difficult to put back. So I don't really want to do that. So I've just roughly cut it into shape with the hot wire, and now it will go to creating dust. No way around it. But I've saved a lot of dust using this sort of a method. And now I can go to using my sandpaper on a block, which is this one, and I can start smoothing it and take these ridges out. So I'll do that. With a mask on. Man, this system is so quick. That's terrific. A couple of hours work and I've just about got it into shape already. There's a lot more to be done, but pretty good for a couple of hours work. Whew. So all I have to do now with the speedboat is carve the frames into the hull, and then I can get on with the next mould, which is going to be terrific. She's a 1920s coastal steamer, and the good thing about this next hull is I can use it for two models. I can use it for the coastal steamer, but I can also use the hull as a 1920s steam tugboat. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that will be in the next week or so.